Alright, and here's the video review for a test shot of Mastermind Creations FELISABER, their 6th unofficial member of Feral Rex / Predator King, based on Catilla, the old G1 Pretender, who was not a bot, defected. There's a whole story going on in the comics there, explaining what his relationship to the team is and all that stuff. But that's who he's based off of. Again, this is a test shot. There's gonna be a lot more gray instead of black on him. He's got the little same flap that Tigress does, but there's no little surprise in there yet. And he doesn't have the just announced helmet that will. He's coming with a G1-esque helmet that Catilla had that'll go over his head and become a gauntlet in. Like a fanged, like the fangs will flip up. He'll have longer fangs, and they'll flip up to form like a kind of a Wolverine-esque gauntlet on him in robot mode. They just announced that the other day, so that's not included with this, but it will be coming with the final figure as of right now. So some cool stuff. And then again, there's that little mystery figure that it will be coming with it as well. Now you see, he's got just this pistol under here. I just kind of tucked it. There's not a whole lot of places to mount it really well on him, so I just tucked it under there, and that kind of works there underneath the cat mode. But he does come with just the pistol. Like he will come with that melee gauntlet, but as of right now, he doesn't have any other melee weapons. It's just these. I guess you can plug it in like this on his. There we go. Plug it under his shoulder. Much better. I didn't see that tab on the side. So yeah. So there's this little gun. He's got a little pistol, and he's just a remold of Tigress. He's more or less the same mold, with the exception of some detailing, and then obviously his alt mode head and his robot mode head are different. So. In color-wise. And again, like I said, there will be more gray on this in the final. To transform into robot mode, again, it's just like Tigress. You want to go ahead and slide this piece down. Come on. Oh, that'll come back down later. We'll get it down eventually. So split the legs, fold the tail up, peg it on over there. Open up these. All right, yeah, lift the feet up. Lift the feet up, pull the knee covers down and all the way around here. Then you can lift these up, open them up like that, which will allow the legs to rotate down. Come on. There we go. Just like that. Fold these back in, flip the foot over and through. Just like that. The legs fold up. Flip this panel up. Come here. Do this, rotate this foot around, and push it through right there, and that should rotate through and stick out like that. And then you can close this down on that. Same over here. And then rotate this around so it tabs in. Kind of snaps into place right there. Plug that in up there. You can rotate it around and peg it in. And there you got the lower legs done. Rotate them around at the waist. Actually, I want to rotate this whole piece around the waist so he's got his ab crunch here. Leave that down. The arms. I'll bring this lion head down. Of course, because that's how we roll here apparently. Push the lion, yeah, once the lion head's down, push the lion head down, this piece comes down, lion head comes there, or tiger head comes all the way down around like that. Flip his head around, you can see he's got a much different head here than Tigress does. Let me see if I can adjust the exposure on it, see if we can't make it a little brighter. There we go. Woo, look at that. There's his head. Oh, now that is way overexposed. Let's focus on here on that. There we go. Still learning some of the new tricks with this thing. Bring the arms up. Come on. Slide them into place here. There we go. And then rotate the arms around. Flip the foot down. Actually, no, the other way. Pop them open. Just like this. There we go. Flip the hand out. And there we go. Let's snap that back into place. Same over here. Pop the arms open. Flip the hand out. And close it up. And there he is in robot mode. That's all there is to it. Oh, flip these around on the sides. Come on. There we go. Pegged in back there. Fill out his legs. We'll get his head back in the shot here in just a second. Bring arms up. And there he is, and he can hold his pistol. Come on, hold your pistol. There we go. A quick little turnaround of FELISABER in robot mode. And he's pretty cool. Like I said, he's not necessary to form Feral Rex. The main 5 will do that. He's an extra member if you want to get him. I think he comes with some pretty cool stuff. Like I said, that gauntlet looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that all finished. But yeah, it's a nice little Catilla. It's a nice, it's just something different to add to your team. He looks really great with all the team members. I have them all here. I'm going to show them in combined mode. I'm not going to do like individual robot and alt mode poses. I'll do that with the final version when that one comes in. But right now I'm just going to show off FELISABER by himself, and then as an arm here. He's got the same back, so he can wear Talon's wings if you choose. Those can plug in back here. And he's got all the same posability. He's got a ball-jointed head, so he can look up and around. He's got some really nice metallic blue paint on his eyes, which is really cool. And metallic visor here. You can pose a lion head on, or tiger head on his face. I want to say lion. I'm just shoulder joints, swivel there, dual hinge elbows, wrist swivel. This can fold back. He's got a wrist swivel and a little bit of movement this way on his wrist. Waist swivel. He's got the ab crunch. And he's got the swivel above the ab crunch as well. Universal hips. He's got a thigh swivel. Regular hinge knee there. And then the feet are on ball joints, so you get a lot of good posability out of those. You get like good ankle tilt and everything on there. So a lot of really good poses you can get with him. He's quite. You can move him just about any way you want. And you can get some really dynamic poses out of all these guys. Really, you can get some really cool stuff going on with them without much effort, which is really cool. And to transform to arm mode, it's halfway back to tiger mode. Again, just like tigers. Fold these up. Fold these up. Bring it down. Kind of bring his head forward. I like to just kind of rotate it to the back so it's hiding there. And again, the gauntlet, supposedly it should, the way it's designed, it should fit over this and may even help cover his face a little better, since it's going to sit over here and it has a little piece that kind of comes up with some horns coming up this way. So it should look pretty cool. Bring these up, put the arms down, peg them in right here, and peg it in underneath here. Gotta get it all the way in a proper position here, slide it. There's like an L slot on here. It always wants to give me some trouble. It needs to come down, it needs to slide forward here. Come on. Okay, there we go, slide it all the way up, and then, there we go. Just gotta make sure it was all the way up. And slide this forward. All the way up and forward. There we go. And then once that's done, you can peg this on right under here. And it locks into place. There we go. Same on this side. So it tabs in, tab it in. I like to flip the paws up. You can leave them wherever, but you can rotate them. You can fold them down under. I like to kind of fold them up to fill in that gap there, but it's entirely up to you. The legs, we're going to collapse back into tiger mode. Except we're not going to bring everything. We're not going to, yeah. Come on, there we go. Bring those around. Fold these closed. Flip these up. And peg them. You can see there's some pegs. They peg right in there. Flip the feet around. I should have done that first. There we go. Flip the feet around, tab them on right there. Bring the arm, get the ab crunch so it bends forward. Rotate that around here. Take the hand off a Talon. Plug it in over there, or for Tigris, whichever side you're sticking them on. I'm replacing Talon in this mode. And there he is in arm mode. And you can, just like everybody else, you can take the combined cannon here and peg it onto his arm, just like you can with the others. Kind of rotate it if you want to have it out to the side. And then I'll show you where you can stick this gun. You can stick this gun, you can tab it in here if you want. It's got a tab on both sides. You can have it facing whichever direction. I like to tab it back onto Talon's backpack in combined mode, and I'll show that off in just a second. But you can tab it on there if you want. So you take him, go ahead and bring the whole big mamma jamma over. And we'll zoom out and get some shots of all this all together. And you just plug him on right over here. And that gives him kind of symmetrical arms, since he's the same mold as Tigress. And it gives him just a little bit of symmetry. Before I pull out and show the whole thing, and I'll show you where I stick his gun. I like to knock everything down here. Right here on the back of Talon's backpack. So I can zoom this around here. There's a little peg hole where a sniper rifle can peg in, and you can actually use this front peg here and peg this onto his backpack, just like that, and it plugs right in. And I kind of like that. I like having these little guns plugged in up here, and this gun pegged in here on the backpack. It's a great way to store it, and again, helps with the symmetry if you have it pegged in the middle versus over on the arm. You can peg it onto the arm as well. But anyway, let me get him all posed up here, and then get a zoom out shot of him all combined. But yeah, that's what he looks like with all 6. And it's pretty dang impressive. Very heavy, very imposing, very cool. And again, it gives the arms some symmetry with the heads. And like I said, you should be able to keep that helmet plugged in combined mode if you wish. But he looks really impressive. And again, now you've got orange and red on these 2 opposite legs, yellow and black and gray on these 2 legs, on the limbs, and it just kind of gives them a little bit more balance overall, instead of having like the mostly black Talon. And Talon, you can see, I've actually folded his legs up to make him look more like a, well, you know what, we didn't need that anyway. Folded his legs up there to look more like a backpack, more like a jetpack, instead of just hanging him down in bird mode. And I've turned his little bird head around, so he's kind of got eyes in the back of his head, I guess. But yeah, there is Tigress, or there's FELISABER, a remold of Tigress, as the optional 6-man on Feral Rex. And I think it looks pretty darn cool. So, yeah.